Hi, I'm Nadine Burroughs Jamison.
You're the host of the show.
I am the host.
And I'm Janine Bookwalter, the co-host of the show.
Welcome
Welcome to Shooting the Breeze with Nadine and Janine.
Well, Janine,
Yes, ma'am.
how's everything been? Well, we've been off the air for, I guess, maybe like going towards the end of November. Because our last show we were talking about Christmas and it wasn't December yet. So,
And we were talking about doing the Christmas show.
exactly.
And what
Right.
topics we were going to have on.
Yes.
So it has
It's
been a while.
It's
Yes,
been
it
a while.
has.
Yes, it has. I won't say Happy New Year because it's all over now. It's almost March. Okay, so let's not say that. But how's things been?
How things been?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Not a lot has changed, but I'm blessed and it's going well. The
Good.
things I'm involved in. I'm still working as a substitute teacher
Mm-hmm.
and teaching in China and
Okay,
spending time with my family. So,
wonderful.
yeah, you'd like to say sometimes, well, there have been major changes, but sometimes life's not about that. It's
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
just about doing well
Doing
in
well.
the things that you're doing
That's
on
right.
a daily basis. How about
Exactly.
for you?
Well, things have been fine. They've been good. You know, I'm glad for the change.
What change are you talking about?
Our new studio,
We
know,
are.
and Mr. Bill got looking really nice, and him and Justin got some new equipment for us and everything. So, you know, things have been good. We're glad to be back here where we were in the beginning, anyway.
Give me the history of
Because
that because I kind of forgot.
Yeah, well, we were over there over at the Rock Church where we had to move over to the Rock Church because
Okay.
they had closed this church down. Remember?
Oh, yes.
Some years ago,
yes,
or over
yes.
2 years ago,
Yes,
when
I
they
do.
closed some churches down, and ours was one of them. And so we had our radio station over here. So we had to go over there, and plus our after school program too. But we were there for 2 years over there, and gloriously, somebody bought this building, and they asked if Bill asked Bill if he wanted to come back, and Bill told him yeah, and we were just happy to be here because this is home for us.
This is home.
It's home.
I get it.
It didn't really
I get
feel like home over there at the other place where we were.
Okay.
It wasn't, and we're just happy to be back.
All
Yes,
right.
yes, indeed. Okay, so Janine, our show's lineup for today is what's going on in Harrisburg. We already want to know, always want to know what's going on in Harrisburg. What's in the news? Topic of the day, pearls of wisdom, of course, and stinker of the week.
Uh-oh.
Yes, so why don't we just start with what's going on in Harrisburg?
Sounds good to
Okay,
me.
well, what's going on, first of all, is called Curiosity Kids Sleds. And Curiosity Kids is a program designed for kindergarten, all right, through grade 2. Curious kids will discover the world through history, science, and art, exploring with hands-on experiments. Okay, they'll have crafts and activities, and the program starts promptly at 11:30 a.m. and are included with general admission.
Okay.
And this is February the 24th at the State Museum of Pennsylvania, 300 North Street, Harrisburg, PA, of course. And so if you want to go, if you're interested, phone number 717-787-4980. Also, what's going on in Harrisburg, The Secret Garden is at Theater Harrisburg, 222 Market Street. And it says go to theaterharrisburg.com for tickets and the time. And this is February the 11th through the 27th. Usually they'll have the price of the tickets and all that kind of stuff, but this time, you know, you gotta do the .com thing. And also, we have the Mad Ones, and that's February 25th through March the 12th. And it's at Open Stage, and it's 25 North Street, Harrisburg, PA. And the tickets range is $30 to $37. And if you want some more information, the phone number is 717-232-6736. So if you're interested in what you heard, check it out. You might like it. And we still have to check out some of these things we were
Oh,
talking about, Janine, and we
I
just
know.
can't seem to find the time to do it. You know, you just be so busy.
A lot. I know. I am.
You
busy.
know, we do. You know, we say we're going to check this out, but then something comes up. We gotta, you know, but we do find time to eat, don't we? But anyway,
That's a whole different.
but we gotta
rabbit
check
trail.
it out. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so next, what's in the news?
I wanted or chose to talk about osteoarthritis. It is a disease that affects millions of people in the United States and across the world. It's something that younger people don't think about too much. I'm not saying that no young people get it, because some people do. But it really, when you get older, your body's worn out and you've lived a lot of years, and it's something that you may have to face. It's a degenerative joint disease, and it occurs in the hips, back, and feet. Listen to this, 32.5 million Americans are living with osteoarthritis. It has no cure. So people, a lot of times when you hear that, think, oh, that's it. And what comes out of their mouth all the time is, I'm just old and blah, blah, blah. And they kind of get defeated. But there are things that you can do and activities that you can do to reduce the risk of developing it, or at least minimalizing the pain. And I know that for myself. Walking is a very, very important thing to help you keep limber. When you take the steps when you're going walking, though, you're not pain-free. You're not painless.
Yeah.
Every step you take, you can feel, you know, either your feet hurting or your knees hurting, but it's still important to get up and make yourself do that. It's a painful joint disease that occurs when the cartilage within a joint breaks down and the bones rub together and they don't have the spongy material between them anymore. The friction causes the bone to thicken, which can cause bone spurs between the joints. This can cause joint damage. Now, the symptoms of osteoarthritis are joint soreness, joint pain, joint stiffness with periods of inactivity, morning stiffness that goes away quickly after you start to get up and move around, and pain in weight-bearing areas of the body. So, several factors can increase your risk. Obesity is one of them because it puts more stress on the joints. So if a person's going through that, it's important to start eating healthier and take some of those extra pounds off. Age, of course, can do wear and tear on the body, and sometimes it's passed down through the generations.
Yeah,
where
it is sometimes. Yes.
you know, it comes from family members. But people having other forms of it also might be lacking in vitamin C, D, and E. So it's important to take vitamins that do that. So there are things that we can do and not lose hope. It's important to go to a doctor and talk about it and see, and he will do a physical exam to see if there really is swelling in the joints. They have imagery such as the MRIs, which I never knew what an MRI stood for, but it's a magnetic resonance imaging picture, and that can be ordered, and then a treatment plan can be administered. So as I talk about this story, I go through it. I mean, I feel it when I go walking. I go through it. If I sit for periods of time at the desk, at my job, I go through it. But you shouldn't give up hope.
Right.
You
should
should
never
do.
give up hope. Right.
You should do what you need to do. And if you know something's causing it, then do something about it to at least help it. Rather than just accept, oh, I'm getting older.
Yeah.
You hear that
all
so
the
much
time.
with older people.
Yeah.
Like they don't want to take ownership for doing something, and you just
But
think,
you got to work on it. You have to put the
Yeah.
work in
Yeah.
for it, in
Yeah.
order to get better. I mean,
yeah. And I think that for myself too. And just, I've been trying to take more steps around the classroom too, and just be more aware of it because I don't want to stiffen up, and I don't want it to get. I don't want it to get worse
yeah.
because I'm not dealing with what needs to be done now. So it's just something to really take into mind. So
Consideration, yeah.
yeah, so often we're used to taking care of other people, but the messages in all this are you need to take care of
Okay,
yourself
so you have
as
to.
well.
You have to do that, yeah.
So that's what I have on osteoarthritis. And if there are any further questions, you can look on the internet and Google it. And there is an arthritis foundation too that you can look on.
Yeah.
And they have all kinds of
Yeah. Good information.
yeah, and people that can guide you and help you.
Right.
All right, thank you.
Okay, Janine. All right, so on my side in the news.
Okay.
Okay, so this happened in July 2017, and I'll tell you why I'm bringing it up after I read it.
Oh,
Because
okay.
the parents are in the news again about it. Okay,
Uh-oh.
on July the 7th, 2017, Bakari Henderson, 22, a Texan, who was a worldwide traveler, who was beaten to death, who had just graduated from college, on the Greek island of Sakinzu. Okay, after a dispute in a bar, he was taking pictures when a white woman approached him, and she asked if she could take a picture with him, a selfie. Okay, and he said
Right.
yeah, so he said yes, and the male patron, a white man, approached the woman and said, "There are so many Serbs in this bar. Why are you talking to a black guy?" And the man threw glass at the suburban woman. Okay, and when Henderson talked back to the man, the guy slapped him, and that's when Henderson punched him, defending himself. Okay, now while walking out of the bar, the men, I think it was like 8 or 9 of them, followed him, assaulting him with kicks and blows to the head. A 34-year-old man hit Henderson with brass knuckles. Now, the Greek coroner concluded Henderson died from brain injuries. Okay, now these guys, it was 7 of them. They were convicted, okay, not of murder, but assault. Not of murder. Now, they killed the guy by
They
doing
killed him.
They killed him,
What do
but
you
they
mean
were
not murder?
they were not, yes, they were convicted, not of murder, but assault. Now, the mother's back in Greece. Now, this is 3 years later. The mother's back in Greece because it's going to be a retrial.
It's
It's going to be a retrial.
and they should be.
Okay. Yes,
They should be charged with murder.
exactly. And hopefully, they'll be charged with murder. Okay, so they say, well, it was assault. It wasn't murder. Well, please tell me what it was. If somebody's kicking you in the head, kicking you all over your body, using brass knuckles on you, we have 8 men doing this to 1 man. And you do this until the guy is beaten to death. Tell me what it is, somebody.
They intended to kill him.
They intended to kill him. But how can they say that wasn't murder, though? I am stuck on that. They rather you said assault. Okay, so they said, okay, we'll give him 3 years for assault, not murder. So this is why the mother is back over there in the islands, because she's trying to make sure that they spend time in prison for the murder of her son. And this guy, he was a world traveler, Janine. And as a matter of fact, he was over taking different kind of pictures because he was setting up his own business for clothes and stuff like that, him and his girlfriend. And he had all kinds of he had all kinds of plans for his life because he was that level-headed kid who had already decided what he wanted to be. And after graduating, he decided to go over there and scope some things out, and just have a nice time. And this is what happens. You know, your child goes over there and he comes back, dead. I mean, I was just too
It's sickening.
disgusted.
It's
Yeah,
disgusting.
it
I
was
mean, I
disgusting.
can't think of any other word for it.
And it just sickens me because,
But a lot of people, not only in Greece but in America, do not get what they deserve.
no, they do
It
not.
all depends
They do
on
not.
who you know.
They do not.
It all depends on
That's
the money
right. That's right.
that you have.
That's right. That's
And
right.
it's not fair when you tell your little ones when they cry, life's not fair. You say whoever told you it was. I mean, there's
Yeah.
truth in that.
Yes, and the thing is, you could tell what it was. It was racially charged. It is what it was.
I know.
There's a lot of Serbs up in this bar. Hello, what are you doing talking to a black guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess it pissed him off because, he said, "Yeah, you can take a picture with me." I mean, he was minding his business, but why wouldn't he tell her? Yeah, she wanted to take a picture. He's being nice and say sure.
Yeah.
And it just got up under their skin so bad because this was a black guy. We got all these people around you. You're gonna ask the black guy to take a picture. What's the matter with you?
It's a hate crime.
Hate crime.
Have you
exactly
been following
what it
the
was, a hate
murders
crime.
of
Yes.
Ahmaud Arbery?
Oh yes.
A hate crime.
A hate
There was no
crime.
need that young man
A hate crime.
should have been killed either.
That's what it was. And it's just sometimes I just wonder. Sometimes I just wonder how long these things are going to go on, and I come to the conclusion. To me, it's going to be forever. It's a never-ending story. It's like a never-ending story, and I think that this mother had lucked up. Well, I shouldn't really say lucked up because she really didn't because someone was murdered. They try to smooth it over by putting him in jail, but not for murder. So that's not really looking up.
And you know
Not
what
really.
she has to look out for? Yes. She's going to stick up for her son.
And she
Absolutely.
should. As she should. Yes.
However, with all that hate,
Mm-hmm.
she's got to watch her own life, too.
Sure.
Because
Sure.
people don't want to... People get angry for the
smallest and the
or
silliest
if they think
things.
someone's telling the truth. The devil doesn't like
right.
the truth.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean?
No.
And so,
No.
well, we have to follow and just pray for her, really. That, she's protected and that things go in her favor.
Yes, I hope things go in her favor. I really do. And I don't give a hoot about them spending 3 years for assault because that's bullcrap. Okay, I really hope that they get time for killing this young man and snuffing out his life, and leaving two parents without a son. You know what I'm saying?
I can't imagine that much hate that I would want to kill somebody. I get upset sometimes, but not to take somebody's
How do you
life.
muster it up?
I know.
To do it like it's...
That means that's been boiling and festering in their lives for a long, long time. Unforgiveness is there for something that somebody did to them. It really is. And then they come out to be these hateful people. Well,
it's disgusting. Okay, so Janine, we have our topic for today, and your topic
which was
what's
us.
the news. That was your topic for today.
Yeah. So, but I do have
You have a news
wisdom,
on
with the words of wisdom.
Okay.
And it says to program your life. This is a quote. Program your life for success, then you will be aware of the choices you make. I went to a woman's group a couple weeks ago, and I always wanted to do this, but I never got around to it. It's just one of those things you didn't get around to. Well, they had the materials to create a vision board.
Okay.
And you and I should do that together. That is one of the most powerful things.
Okay.
Now, I put some of the things in that have already happened. I put it on this board. You cut out pictures out of magazines. You cut out sayings of things that you visualize for the future. I put some that already happened because I wanted to look back and see what had already transpired, what had come to pass.
Right.
But It was interesting. I
Mhm.
had a graduate's cap, and there's just
Oh,
that I
nice.
graduated from college,
Mhm.
and I put a house in there, moving boxes,
Yeah.
and a key.
Mhm.
Now, I plan on moving at
Yeah, you
some
told me.
point
Yeah, yeah.
to
You're still waiting for them
downsizing,
to.
so
Yes.
part of that's
Mhm.
part of it that I did.
Mhm.
I put a date night. That one didn't happen yet. That's for the future. But it's interesting. What would you put on it?
Oh
What would you put
boy.
on it, just vision wise, if you had to do it? What's something that you have a vision of
Okay,
accomplishing
so
yet in life that you have that hasn't come to pass, but it's buried in your heart?
well, as far as what I do as a writer, I mean, we're still Bill and I are still looking to put on our one man show.
Okay,
You know,
okay.
um, hopefully sooner than later, we'll start back up with uh, the sitcom that Bill started shooting with us in it.
Oh, well, yeah, well,
Yes,
I
yeah,
remember
we were talking
that.
about that the other day.
Driving
Yeah,
down the street past
yeah,
Melrose was the opening of it.
yeah, yeah. So I had took the script back out, about the sitcom, and the reason why we didn't finish was because the camera had, we
I
had trouble with the
remember that.
camera. Yeah, and after that, we had let it kind of slide because we had other things that we were doing, and so that's another thing,
So
you
you could
know.
just cut out a picture of a camera on for the
Well, we got the
vision board.
camera now.
No, but I
We
mean
have a camera.
just
Well, we got a camera now, so
yeah,
that's why I said we could just start,
yeah,
picking up
yeah,
where we left off at,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it's just some other things that we have in the mix that we're you know trying to get together. So I would do something like
Something
that.
like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Who is the stinker of the week?
Well, our stinker of the week. Um, is the white men who killed this poor Henderson guy. They're the biggest stinkers of the week, you know. And I think putting stinker of the week is putting it lightly, to tell you the truth. I don't see how they could. I really don't see how they could sleep at night, to tell you the truth. And I was reading some of the things that they were saying that wasn't true, and I said to myself, "Wow, you know." But they're my stinkers of the week, and I just, I just hope that the mother get the justice that she's looking for, the father get the justice that he's looking for, and sometimes I say, I hope something like that happened to them, but see, sometimes you can't say that, right?
I know. I know. You
As,
just
as
think
much as
justice.
much as you want to say it, you don't want to turn around on you, or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
But listen, God knows my heart, and we're human,
Yeah.
and I really don't want to wish that on somebody. You understand?
I do
But
understand.
I sure hope that
But at
they
the
get their
same
just
time,
desserts.
they need to be accountable. And you know
And I really
what?
want them to spend some time. I want them to spend some time in prison. I mean, some time.
Now, this is a loaded question. But where does justice start? He's not the only stinker of the week. Every time you get on the news or on Facebook or wherever, people are killing people.
Every day.
People are hurting their children. How do you blow your 5-year-old son away? And in America, it's just like, oh, well, and he had mental problems. That's the latest. He was mentally ill.
No, I think
They are mentally ill.
I think they
But
become
where does
immune
the
to all
tide?
this stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we become desensitized
Yeah.
to a lot of it.
Yeah.
Where does the tide change? Where people need to own their behavior and they need to take accountability.
It'd be nice
and
if they did.
yes, And
You know?
and I don't have all the answer.
We never
I
do.
ask myself that every morning in my life.
You know?
God, when does
You never
justice
do.
really come?
Yeah.
And a lot of people think, haha, well, I only got so and so.
Of course, they love when they get away with it.
But you know
You know?
what? They're not going to get away with it forever. There's going to be a day of judgment for all of us. And we are going to be held accountable for the way we've behaved, the way we've treated people. So,
And my thing is, and I'll be honest, I'm like, well, why we gotta wait till Judgment Day before somebody get what they're supposed to get? You know, that's just me. You know, really.
but there are a lot of
Oh, my
answers
goodness.
that we don't have.
It's true.
So,
It's true.
what you cooking good this week?
Oh,
Healthy, Nadine.
Well, then I ain't got no answer. You know, like to fry up the chicken and do the beans and neck bones and all kind of stuff like that. You know, but so you asked me.
I did. Maybe I didn't want to know that.
Oh my
No, I'm
goodness.
teasing.
No, but what do you like? Eat that healthy when we go out?
Yeah,
to
the
eat?
salad.
we?
No, we're not discussing the onion rings, but I did do it later that night.
Oh, goodness.
Have you made the salad with all the fruit and the raspberry dressing?
Well, Nadine does it all the time now. Ever since she turned me on to it,
Oh, it's
I
good.
turned her on to it, and she's been doing it every day because she takes her, her food to work with her every day.
Yeah.
You know, and besides the dinner that I may have cooked, she take the salad with her. She cooks it. I mean, she puts that same salad together every day.
So
With the
this salad
strawberry
that we're
nuts.
talking about
Yeah.
has different kinds of lettuce, strawberries, mandarin oranges, grapes, blueberries, or any fruit that you want. And it really is tasty.
Don't forget the nuts. Don't forget the
Oh
nuts.
yeah, the nuts are in it too,
Yeah.
and those are all healthy things that are good for our body. And they, it's good. It's served
It's
with the
delicious.
raspberry
Yes.
vinaigrette dressing.
Yes. Yes.
So,
So Janine, we're gonna have to get on to that theater and check it out so we can come back and tell people how it was. We got to do it.
okay.
We got to do it.
I'm still waiting, Mr. Bill. I'm still waiting for the letter.
Oh my goodness.
Did you hear
Oh my goodness.
in one of our last shows
Oh.
that she was going to sit down and write me a letter?
Because we talked about nobody write letters anymore. That's true. And I still have to send it to you. I sure do, Janine. I apologize.
Just saying. But I forgive you. And on that note,
Yes.
it's been great
It's been
to
wonderful.
be back.
So glad to be back.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes. If you have things that you want us to talk about or you even want to add to our conversation, just get in touch with us and we'll work on talking about those things.
Sure. We will. Thank you for tuning in. And have a nice,
Great week.
thank you.
See you. Goodbye.